I now introduce our student speaker. First, I want to acknowledge each of the two finalists, Calixto Perez Gallan and Talia Cotton. But today, the class of 2018's commencement speaker is Ling Wu. Ling is graduating with a dual Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. She majored in theater at Ling with a minor in ethnicity and race. And at Parsons, she majored in integrated design. She describes herself as a first-and-a-half-generation immigrant from San Francisco, California. She has been deeply engaged with her university as a resident advisor, project leader, ambassador, student advocate, scholar, writer, and artist. And on top of all that, in her free time, Ling does improvisation with the Upright Citizens Brigade, freelances as a makeup artist, and makes videos for her YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Ling Wu.
Hi, guys. They got me a stool. Thank God. I was like, I don't know if anyone can see me. Also, is it cool if we take a selfie for social capital? You know, just... I think that did it. I don't know. Not sure. Okay. Thank you for letting me address you all today. I'm just, like, really grateful. So I was in line at a Michael's craft store one day when I thought this would be a great time to ask my mother about her immigration story. So, you know, I asked the typical questions. What were your first impressions of America? Do you miss China? And of course, did you have any dreams when you were younger? Bonjour? Dreams, she asked. Yeah, like pipe dream. Did you want to be an astronaut, an actor, or what did you want to do? Huh? Bonjour?冇諗過呢啲嘢啊，冇啊. Dreams? No, never had any. Never thought about it. Didn't. See. And just as we were about to reach the cashier, she yells, oh. Oh. What? 我記住啦. I remember. 我有一個夢想. I had one dream. 大學. College. 我好想去大學. I really wanted to go to college. 但差2分入唔到啦. But I was off by 2 points, so I didn't get to go. Oh. Well, are you sad about that? I asked. 唔係啊，就係咁咯. Oh, it is what it is. 好多人入唔到啊. Lots of other people didn't get in. 同埋我入到咧就冇你咯. And if I did go, you wouldn't be here. Oh, well, why is that? 咁我同你個爸爸結婚咯，就冇生你出嚟啦，就冇你咯. Because if I went, then I would have been successful in college, wouldn't have met your father, and wouldn't have gotten you here. So, you're welcome, I guess. I was quickly taken aback. Where was the woe is me moment? It was not the romanticized immigration story I had in my head. I didn't get to pity my mother in the way I had quite expected. She was not in mourning for a life she did not have. She was too busy enjoying the life she had created. Before entering college, we had a set of expectations. At the new school, we are promised an institution like no other. One with a rich legacy of social justice. One that, and I quote, is a home for dissenting opinions, radical ideas, and progressive solutions. I was sold. Everyone in this room was sold. It's almost as if this school's like a business. Yet, when we got here, we realized the thing that we were promised did not actually exist. While the new school fiercely proclaims its social justice commitment, we soon realized that it is just a microcosm of the reality around us. So, we were left with a group of people who believed in this thing that did not exist, a promise unkept, but who are all here for the same reason. Instead, we found something else, a way to make those promises into a reality. Four years ago, I would have soiled myself if I just said the words that came out of my mouth. I would not have had the guts to say what I just did. See, I'm not always a fan of rocking the boat, but as a dear professor of mine reminded me recently, I need to roar, both on and off stage, because unnecessary politeness is an organized crime. In fact, 4 years ago, I didn't even know why I had come to the new school. Well, I did, but it was not for the reasons you would think. After being rejected from the 15 private universities and Ivy League colleges I applied to, I had to accept that my dream then would not come true. At the time, it was to be on Saturday Night Live and be BFFs with Lorne Michaels. But instead, I would opt for a university close to home, where I would study business. I'd make my parents' sacrifice worth it by doing what I was supposed to do. The new school is the exact opposite of that, the exact opposite of what I thought I was supposed to do. When I, by chance, applied and it was accepted, I said yes because, as someone mentioned before, it was in New York, and honestly, I just saw it on Project Runway. It was the biggest risk that I took. I'm not totally sure what the hell I was expecting when I said yes. I had this idea that I would be at a school where I'd make those blank white canvases that sit on gallery walls, or slather myself in paint and have art drip out from my toenails. And I mean, that's not really far from what happens here, but it's far from what shocked me the most. What I did not expect was for my world to be rocked. It was here at the new school when I came in contact with very deep notions of identity. It was here that I was the most uncomfortable with my comfort. The people here took my mind, put that thing down, flipped it, and reversed it. It's never forget down yet. I'm sorry, Missy Elliott, I tried it. Here was the first time that someone called me racist, where I had several butthole clench moments. One of those. Coming to realizations that my post-racial fantasy was not true. This was in the time of Black Lives Matter, Trayvon Martin, Eric Gardner, Sandra Bland, Ferguson. The list goes on, even though it shouldn't. The amount of mental gymnastics that happened in my Lang classes are unparalleled. I had never unpacked so many constructs and structures of power in my life. Look at me now. I've mastered the art of piggybacking off of that point. Lang students know what I'm talking about. And it was here that I found people who were patient enough to give me space for my messiness, a large margin for error, room for becoming, but who also demanded I be more aware, more awake, to ask more questions, to think again, to make, to remake. And after all that, it felt like I had to self-destruct, then reconstruct. Here, I learned what community looks like. To quote the wise philosopher, Alanis Morissette, isn't it ironic that I came to this institution which gave me access to the language that I use today to critique the very institution? This past year, our school was going through it. And I mean really going through it. I'm gonna take this off because it's slipping off my head. It's too big for me. Students were left without art and design facilities just weeks before theses were due. Good thing I hadn't started mine yet. Speaking of space, or lack thereof, students of color organized to have a space on campus to foreground our experiences and needs. Years of community building and dedicated organizing accomplished this goal. We then learned of the university's plan of ending its contract with the cafeteria vendor, jeopardizing jobs of current cafeteria workers. And so students took to organizing and occupying that space for 16 days, subsequently forcing the admin to agree to rehire all workers. And newly unionized student workers who are still in the midst of extremely difficult contract negotiations were on a campus-wide strike. These fights are still far from over. Good thing we're graduating, am I right? While it has been a turbulent year, I have to admit, I am in awe. I am in awe at us and our willingness to do the work. In a recent spam email I received from the school regarding a survey about my experience here, I was asked the question, if you could do it all over again, would you choose the new school? My answer was, abso-fruitly yes. 1,000 times yes. Because it is only here I can find people who can roll with the punches the way we can. The way that we are resourceful. The way we don't do what we are expected or supposed to do. We don't take the easy way out. I've witnessed over and over how we are the ones making true what the new school preaches. The school only provides the circumstances, but we are the ones making it into what it is. Without us, it'd be nothing. Without us, it is nothing. And when we could have quit after a year's worth of work was thrown out because of the fire, we chose instead to remake what we had, to rethink, to do it faster, bigger, and better. When we could have accepted that there was no way we'd get a POC space, we said, guess again, sis. And pushed until it happened. And when we saw our community in jeopardy, we didn't turn away and pretend it wasn't happening. We stayed. We showed up. We always show up. It is here where I found people who don't stand still. We are anything but static. We are a pulsating student body. Therefore, I am never in mourning for what I did not get at the new school, but rather grateful for what I have found and for what we have built here. An extended family that is constantly making, shaping, and transforming the world around us. Time and time again, I am reminded that our education here is not just for me. It's for my mom, too. And my dad. And my sister. And Scott, my homie. And my friends, my community. It's for us. Past, present, and future us. Our strength is that we confront the contradictions of our world today. The fact that we invite the problematic. Welcome, Trump supporters, wherever you are. Just want to talk. We know not to rely on those in power to change what we want. That's old news. We aren't naive enough to wait for change. Instead, we make it. We are the group of people that holds ourselves and other people accountable. We demand others to do better. And it's because we care so damn much. And that's the thing. I have never met a group of people that are more resilient, capable, and passionate. Our world is shifting, tides are turning, and we are at the forefront. We are the ones who are manifesting, creating, and forcing possibility. We dare to create because we believe in change. We dare to imagine because we have a fire for justice, a non-electrical fire. But most importantly, we do what we do because we have a deep love for humanity. And it is all born out of a labor of love. And if the work we do here can serve as a testament to what we will do outside of the walls of this institution, then to those forces that are not on our side, we have a lot of those, I have only one warning. Prepare yourselves. White supremacy will be shaking in its boots. Donald Trump, wig, snatched. Heteronormative patriarchy, quaking. Capitalism, we're still working on that one, so just. Because class of 2018 is a force to be reckoned with. One thing we don't do is back down. Congratulations, class of 2018. We did that. Thank you so much.